This is a tutorial on how to check if a room is completely clear of enemy AI before allowing you to proceed. In most cases, you can use a counter or the on-end event for a wave event. But what happens if you're using an AI conductor? An AI conductor will spawn random amounts of enemies and random spots all over the map. You have no control over those demons, you have no idea how many there are or where they're at. How can you still determine if the demons are gone in a room when you have no control over them? This is a mostly empty map I've made to demo how this works. When we enter this first hallway here, it's going to start the AI conductor, and it's going to lock this door behind us. And this door is also going to lock as we come into here. This room should have demons spawned in it by the time we reach it. And these are just module objects, and we can set when they enter, and the module just references the room. To actually get started here, we're going to make sure that this door is locked by default, so we can't get past it. Next thing we're going to need is a AI proxy. We're going to need a AI iterator. We're going to need a integer compare. And we'll need to make a new integer as well. I'm going to call mine demon count. And you'll want to set that initial value at 0, which it is by default. Okay, so from our AI proxy, when we kill a demon, we need to reset our count to 0. We also need to recount all the demons in this room. So when we kill a demon, come down here and start an iteration. Now an iterator is not a repeater. It'll only run through all the active AI once, not repeated times. So from our AI iterator, we need to, for each AI, signal this demon count and increase it by 1. Now you're probably thinking this is going to run for every AI in the map. And yes it will. So what we need to do is actually filter it. And between these 2 points, we highlight this blue line and hit our options button, which is left control on PC and left trigger on consoles. Then we can add a filter, which is the A button for consoles or G for PC. And here we can select a filter which will further restrict how that iterator acts. So we actually want to filter it by the module. So we can place that module filter and go into its properties. And here it has the module we've selected. Right now it's at none. So we select that, and we'll go into this module selection mode where we can actually select a module object. So you'll want to select the object that the encounter room is in. A module object will reference the room it's placed in. So I select that, and there we go. Now for every AI in this room, we'll increase the demon count by 1. But since we want to reset this count and count over, we'll want to delay our iteration just a little bit to make sure that it's set to 0 before we start counting. So we'll put a slight delay on there, so it's set to 0, then start counting. And we'll need to do the same thing when we test our integer up here. So on killed, test our integer, but put a delay to make sure that everything's counted before we test it. So on our compare, we change our left-hand side by holding Options and hit X on PC. I'm not sure what it is on consoles, but swap variable constant. And then we change this to our demon count integer, and we leave our right-hand side at 0. From here, if equal, come down here and unlock the door. Okay, so when we kill an enemy AI will recount all the enemies in this room, and if it's equal to 0, then we can open the door. But what happens, for whatever reason, if we come in here and there's no enemies in here? Both doors are locked. We need a way of bypassing this system. So what I like to do is by using a box trigger and placing it in front of the door, and then setting the size to something appropriate for being a trigger in front of the door. We'll also want to make it invisible, so we can uncheck this here. We'll just need to redo everything an AI proxy would. So on entered, set our integer to 0, recount everything in here, and then test it. Okay, so let's make sure our AI conductor is going to work. Yep, and let's test this map. AI should begin spawning, and we have an int this time. This door is locked, so we kill our AI and our door opens for us. So now we need to test our other extreme. What happens when there's no enemies in there? Let's disable our AI conductor and test this again. So no enemies spawn this time, but the door is locked. Since we had that box trigger there, and it's triggering all the same things that the AI proxy is, and there's no demons in this room, it counts to 0 and allows us through. Alright, I hope this was helpful, and go use this to great effect in your own maps. Thanks for watching.